Welcome to EFT Tapping with the Course in Miracles. This is lesson number 8. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. You can watch lesson 1 or read the description below for some context on what this all is with the tapping. Now this is another one where we will be actually able to do the instructed exercise, do one round of it during the actual tapping round. One difference with this one is we're instructed to do it with eyes closed. So if you feel like you don't have the tapping points kind of ingrained in your body, it's okay. While your eyes are closed, you can just tap here on the collarbone where I am, or just pick a point. It's not going to ruin the exercise or anything like that by any stretch of the imagination. So lesson 8, my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. Now this one has a few really profound statements and ideas that leapt out to me. So before we start the formal tapping round, I'm actually going to read a couple sentences here and go ahead and keep tapping. And you can maybe close your eyes while you listen and just see what comes up for you as some of these statements are read. No one really sees anything. He sees only his thoughts projected outward. Your mind cannot grasp the present, which is the only time there is. It therefore cannot understand time and cannot, in fact, understand anything. So just see what comes up as you're being told that your mind cannot understand time, cannot understand the present, which is the only thing there is, therefore cannot understand anything. That can be taken all sorts of ways by your mind or your emotional reactions. The one holy true thought one can hold about the past is that it is not here. That seems self-obvious. To think about it at all is therefore to think about illusions. Very few have realized what is actually entailed in picturing the past or in anticipating the future. Now really check this one out for a second, what it says next. The mind is actually blank when it does this, because it is not really thinking about anything. The purpose of the exercises for today is to begin to train your mind to recognize when it is not really thinking at all. So again, the mind is actually blank when it is thinking about the past or anticipating the future. This is exact opposite of what we hear all the time. We're always taught we're trying to get to a blank mind, but this fairly radical statement is saying, because we're thinking about the past and future, which are not actually here, our mind is actually blank and thinking about nothing when it does this. This is very fascinating to me, so just see what that stirs up in you, and now let's do the tapping round together. Side of the hand, even though my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts, I choose to accept myself as best I can. Even though this lesson suggests that my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts, I choose to honor myself and any reactions I have to this. Even though this exercise asks me to say that my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. It even goes so far as to say that because the past is not here and the future is not here, my mind is actually blank because it's thinking about nothing. And it cannot understand anything. This is a radical if not potentially insulting statement to my mind. And I choose to honor and accept any reactions, any feelings this brings up, and any ways I'm trying to reference this with other teachings or ideas. Okay, now through the points. My mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. And yesterday's lesson suggested that everything I see, I am also seeing the past. So this doesn't leave me with a lot of clarity here. If everything I see is the past, and my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts, and even the future thoughts, according to this lesson, are all nothing, then what is the now? What is actually happening? What is present? I may be feeling confused. I may be experiencing doubt. I may be wondering how this connects, or agrees or disagrees. But as best I can, just as I've done so far, I choose to explore this practice with an open mind. And now for the actual exercise. I will close my eyes and search my mind with as little investment as possible. And I will note the thoughts as they appear. I will simply name each thought's central figure or idea. And say, I seem to be thinking about blank. For example, I seem to be thinking about the tapping point. Or I seem to be thinking about my friend John. I seem to be thinking about sadness, and so on. So now let's do this together. Eyes closed. I seem to be thinking about blank. I seem to be thinking about blank. I seem to be thinking about. 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 And remember, as little investment as possible. I seem to be thinking about. I seem to be thinking about. I seem to be thinking about. And repeat after me, but my mind is preoccupied with past thoughts. And I appreciate my doing this exercise. I can do this up to 4 more times during the day. I'm told if it irritates me, 2 or 3 more times is enough, but that it may be helpful to include that irritation or any emotion that may come up. Okay, take a breath. Whew. It's funny, I've done this before, but I don't seem to remember that the profoundness of this idea of, if you're thinking about the past or the future because they are not here, you're actually thinking about nothing at all. From the perspective of the Course here, it's saying that that's thinking of nothing, and therefore your mind is blank. It has a lot of implications that I'm, like I said, I'm not claiming to be a teacher of, but I can feel there's something to that. So let me know your thoughts, experiences. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for lesson 9. Thanks so much. Take care.